All right. There we go. Oh, yeah, I know these guys.
Car's running.
Hey guys. Hey, ça va?
Hey, ça va bien?
Ouais, toi?
Eh oui, là, tu connais notre réponse pour les autos.
Ouais, ben, j'ai m'informé, là, puis c'est pas bon, man. C'est encore pas acceptable, man. Non, non, non.
Ouais, les batteries, ils commencent à les changer.
Ouais, ils vont faire ça. Ben,
ils vont commencer avec du hybride, là. Ils n'ont pas le choix parce que
ouais, mais
les powerpacks, les batteries.
C'est expensive, hein?
Fuck, c'est cher, man.
Avec le gaz aujourd'hui, c'est ridicule.
It is, man. Ça va?
Ah oui. Non, non. C'est sûr que je ne ferais pas ça avec mon char. C'est certain, d'abord.
Non, mais pourquoi? C'est quoi? Ils disent parce que les radios.
À cause des radios, à longue, tu viens quand on a du power, c'est des grosses batteries pour recharger ça.
Mais ouais,
on les charge, on les arrête. Si on les repart, on les arrête. On n'a pas vraiment le choix. Là, mais...
I wonder what the other police...
Parce qu'on a remarqué, là, we noticed that all over downtown.
Les autres, on est parqués toute la journée. Les autres, ils se promènent, c'est pas pareil.
Shouldn't be running all day.
Yeah. Well, even the Ottawa police have noticed all their cars are being left on, running, and they're not hybrids. And even if it is hybrids, you're still using energy, right? Because it takes coal to make the energy for that, right? So.
Dual exhaust V6?
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I don't know if you feel that's acceptable. I don't think it's acceptable. I think you should definitely say something about it. It's up to you guys. You're in power. You have the power to say, hey guys, you know what? Leaving the cars running like that's not a good example.
Which car is it?
Well, the car is running right now. So it's many times I've come around, guys. I don't want to give you guys a hard time. Like it's not about busting your balls. It's not your fault. I know it's like you got orders to follow, but at the same time, it's like saying, hey guys. No, there's lines here. We're not going to cross certain lines. You're talking about climate change or politicians, but yeah, we're going to run our vehicles like that. That's not cool, man. And I think you guys should raise your voices.
That's
you guys. Yeah, it is. So I don't think that's fair, guys. I'm just, and I'm reaching out like a brother, man. Just,
Ouais, on s'est parlé la semaine passée, tu me disais la même chose, je comprends, là.
I know, man.
Mais c'est la même situation que la semaine dernière. Ils commencent à échanger les véhicules, puis ils sont pas bons les laisser être de même toute la journée.
No, it's not, man. It's not.
No, no, mind. Like maybe move it away from the sidewalk a little bit. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, like it stinks. Like walk by there, all you can smell is exhaust.
Yeah, it's true, man. It's not cool, guys, that you do that. Like, you're participating in it, and I think you guys should, stand up and say something, right? So, what's your name?
I'm Chris.
Chris, I'm Charles, man. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you, man.
Nice to meet you too.
Oh, I hear you, man.
Yeah, it's
we're just following the rules and stuff. So.
Oh man, that one just following the rules. That's,
yeah.
I was in the military.
Dude, you understand just following the rules. You know how many bad things have happened for people just saying, "Oh, I was just following."
That's exactly it. But buddy, I'm not in any position to go against it.
No, it's not about going against it. It's more about saying, hey, man, like
my car's right here. It's not running. So.
I know we're not talking.
I do me. So.
Well, we're talking about the other car, and that's fine. I appreciate the fact that you have the common sense. And hey, if you guys have pressure up above, I appreciate it. I know where you come from, but at the same time, I'm going to tell you that it's not. Well, hold on. It's not acceptable because you guys should stand your ground and say, hey, man, you know what? We're talking about gas prices are up right now. Do you want to piss off our citizens? You want to piss off the people?
We're going to burn it in their face in front of Parliament as they walk by.
Yeah,
at
it's
least move it away from the people, bro. It stinks.
Yeah, it's not cool, man.
Tourists, we're out for a nice
last word, man. Like honestly,
I appreciate that if you do that, man.
Like this, there's no need.
Absolutely, man. It's not cool. And
it's not even like it's a V6. It's got dual exhaust. Like they're not. It's not even a economic car to be running.
Well, it's what's given to us.
Yeah.
So they are changing the fleet. It's a long process. Like if you know like anything with acquisitions in the government or any like branch.
So that's the problem, though. You think other police departments all over the world they have this problem? They can do it much quicker, faster. The problem is, like you said, you're under this legislation. It shouldn't take this long. It shouldn't even be this way in the first place.
No, absolutely not.
Look around the world, man. Look at what everybody else does. You think they sit here and run gas and while they tell their cut? If I do that, I get a ticket.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
The government right now is seriously, like, you guys, and it's up to you guys, man. You guys are out there, you know better. You should, but you have a voice, man. Like they tell you that, oh, you should. No. You have more rights than they say, because what they're telling you is that you're a corporation. You know what a corporation is? Is dead speak. Corporation, call, oration. Oration means dead speak. A corporation means that's what they assume of you. So that's why they're telling you that, but you actually don't. You're not a corporation. You're alive. You're a living man. So use your power, man.
Like I said, I'll push as much as I can.
And I appreciate that. Yeah.
But the thing is,
tell them you look at that nice family walking by. Tell them we run the car right beside the people, right in front of Parliament, and you're surprised why people say stuff like you're antagonizing us basically.
Well, exactly.
Move it away from the people, please.
Especially because I'm very aware. I'm very aware of what's going on, right? Like, I just want to ask you, do you know what your symbols mean on all those? Yeah.
They all have separate meanings. Yeah.
Yeah. Do you know what they mean?
Well, it depends on. So
well, okay. So how about?
This is the Senate.
Okay.
These represent the provinces, and the shield is a representation of the Queen and also the House of Commons.
Okay.
And all the emblem itself represents many parts of our democracy. So that's why they combined it. It's just a logo.
Yeah.
Like anything else.
Well, it tells you. Well, it's not just a logo. Yeah. It's actually it's
our crest.
You know, we're ruled by signs and symbols, not words.
Sure.
Okay. So we're ruled by signs and symbols. When we drive on the street, stop signs, right? So your symbols, that means the wreath that you see that's actually the Holy Roman Empire.
Which one? The wreath at the bottom?
Yeah, when you see that's the maple leaves all together, that's the wreath, the Holy Roman Empire wreath. That's the Civistus crown.
Okay.
Okay, so that means that you are under the Holy Roman Empire, the Pope.
What?
No, that's.
But it's not the same thing.
No, it's exactly that's what it is. Like, I'm just telling you. Like, I study law, I study the foundation, the construct of our reality. I'm just reaching out to you like a brother because I want you to know this. I shared that with your colleagues the last time I came. I want you guys to really be aware of what you guys are part of, because you know the symbols that you sport. I know what they mean and what they represent.
Okay. And
if I was, I'm a good man. I know I'm a good man. I would never sport those symbols. And I know that you are, and I'm not here to essentially dispute that. That's what I mean.
Don't believe us? Google it.
Exactly. Check that out, man. Look it up for yourself. There's channels, and there's a guy. His name is Sean Ross.
Okay.
He's been going all through Europe showing about Switzerland. So the world, there's only one corporation in the world.
Okay.
And that's the Swiss Vatican Crown. Everything else is bankrupted franchises. We, me, you, everyone here is assumed by the ones that rule and reign over us as bonded sureties to those bankrupted franchises, meaning that we're slaves. Okay, so that's when you so all those symbols that you're sporting, that's the story it tells me, because I know the story. I've been studying the story for a long time. The fairy tales. I know fairy tales very well.
All right.
So I'm just reaching out, Chris. Look it up, man. They call you PPs for a reason, because they don't like you. They despise you. They actually laugh at you and they mock you. That's what they do. Yeah.
You're a human being just like us, right?
Yeah, and that's why I'm reaching out to you. I actually have more courage than a lot of people, because a lot of people are afraid to come out and say this to you guys. But I do, because I love you guys and I care about you. I want you to know what you're part of, and to like, hey man, welcome to humanity, and say, hey, you know what? Like, if I'm gonna look into this, and if this is true, may I have the courage to like look into it and change myself and say, hey man, maybe I won't be part of this anymore. Maybe I'll think of myself a little bit more and say, hey, you know, I'm gonna be part of the change, and say, hey man, I'm not gonna be a number. I'm not gonna be a slave.
I know what you might be thinking. This is wild. This is what are these guys talking about? I was one of those guys, and then slowly, little by little, you realize that every piece of that you don't know what it is. You know what I mean?
Yeah. The crown at the top.
Yeah.
That crown at the top.
Exactly. Well, you see,
the crown is used at the top of the crown.
Yeah. Well, there's the Templar crosses, right? You know what that represents?
Like the Knights Templar.
Yeah. Well, you know what the actual symbol of the Templar cross? Yeah. So you got it. It's the Templars is the pyramid. Represents the pyramid. So all your symbols essentially.
Oh, yeah, but
why would that be on your logo? Why would that have any business?
Listen, somebody was paid to come up with the Lego. Buddy,
no,
I'm not gonna preach about what somebody else is doing, but you're gonna do my job.
Yeah.
But you're it's just right.
Yeah. No, that's right.
It's easy to come talk to me in this way. And
no, it's actually brave, man. It's a lot of people don't want to talk to you at all.
Sure. I talk to a lot of people all day.
Yeah.
And you know what?
But like, I think you guys are amazing dudes, man. Like, I've spoken with you guys many times. Hey, man, I love you guys. Nothing but respect and love and appreciate. I got nothing but love and peace in my heart, and that's why, like, I just want you to make sure that I'm not coming at you confrontational. I'm just sharing some information with you. I want you to be aware of it, and they share the information. And also, like, when you see leaving the car on, it just proves it proves a lot. I know, I understand, but I'm just saying is that it proves about the government's how they're antagonistic towards our people, how they essentially, and then we as people don't have the courage to say something when we see something. Hey man, this is not right. You both agreed that was not right, and you didn't say anything. And
I'm not aware. I'm doing my.
I know. But he said that he was aware. I made him aware last time, and he agreed.
The car, so appreciate that.
But what I mean, it's just like being reasonable and saying, man, like, especially with everything that's going on, like, guys, be reasonable. I'm doing the same thing with the Ottawa police. I'm reaching out to them, like, and right now.
And you know what? Being vocal like that,
yeah,
for sure, because it makes people think like what you want people to do.
Yeah.
You might get flack on whether it's positive or negative.
That's right.
So.
Well, exactly.
This is the system that's created, that is presented to us.
Yeah.
We have to react accordingly, or we have to go against.
That's
depending
right.
Depending upon how you want to live your life, and
Yeah.
if you have the courage to go against the grain or with the grain.
Well, me, I'm more about like I'm pro peace, freedom, things like that. So I don't really go against the grain and all that stuff. Like even governments, like
on like what you
Yeah.
need to improve or change, or what you.
well, I mean, it's just like having a conversation. To me, it's like how, like if I'm asking questions, a lot of times people get upset about the questions I ask, and I understand. But at the same time, I get a lot of abusive behavior returned because I'm asking common sense questions that they're uncomfortable with that they should know.
Sure.
Right?
When a person, when they know they're out of their element or out of their knowledge, then they should just back away.
I agree with you, man.
If they're not willing to have a decent conversation with somebody,
Yeah.
and like I have my beliefs,
Yeah.
whether they align or not with yours,
Mm-hmm.
you can't, it's what's going to happen. Like, there's going to be 100 individuals here that we don't align with.
Oh, absolutely.
And it's just the way the world is.
Yeah.
Depending on where we come from and background and.
Well, I'm aware of that. Like, and we're all aware of that.
You have your way.
That's right.
And I understand where you're coming from.
Mm-hmm.
And yes, the situation right now, there's a lot of things that need to change.
Well, I invite you to check out my YouTube channel. It's called Pharaoh Tales and Tells. Okay. If you check out that, it'll link you to other people that I've been following and like learning from.
I'll take it.
And I think if you really look into this, you're gonna appreciate it. You're really gonna like this stuff because it's history.
Okay.
And it's rich history, and it tells you a little bit where we come from. And at the same time, it'll empower you, man. That you're in a good position to actually make a change. Like if you, let's say you say, oh wow, what he shared with me was pretty powerful. It's like, I've actually felt compelled to do something about it. You know what I mean? If I was able to do that with you, Chris, today, I feel better about myself today.
I'm a very open person,
and I can see that. I can see that, Chris. Like
you could push certain people, you can push your agenda or your knowledge on somebody.
Yeah.
Whether or not if they're receptive enough to accept it or just push it away.
Yeah.
You're not going to get the same result with everybody.
Oh, you're right. Absolutely.
Right?
You're right at that. That's for sure.
So it's the law of averages, man.
Yeah.
When it comes to that kind of stuff.
Yeah. Well, today is
if we say nothing, even though there's a 1% chance we might turn you on to something, if we say nothing, there's a 0% chance.
That's right.
Yeah.
It's a numbers game for sure in that
You're
sense.
playing
Yeah.
against the odds for sure, no matter what. Because especially in this area, this is a very tourist-driven area, but on any other day, it's a boring city, right?
Yeah. Well, in some ways, yeah, you're right. I agree with you 100%.
So, but it's.
Are you from the region or?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, on both sides.
Yeah, the Outaouais region, that's what I call it.
Yeah.
You tell me, man.
Yeah, it's out of the way.
Yeah, out of the way. I never heard that one. It's good. I like that.
So it was quite out of the way.
All right, well, boys.
Hey.
Enjoy your day.
Chris,
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you as well, man.
Take it to heart,
Sticky
man.
man,
Yeah.
shake your hand,
It's all right.
It's nice. I'm Charles, by the way. What's your name? Pat. Nice to meet you, man. Sorry, you're late to the conversation, but yeah.
All right.
Maybe ask him if he knows the symbols. Have a conversation about it. Look, and Google it, man. I'm telling you, you're gonna enjoy this. It's interesting stuff, man. All right, guys. Ciao. Yeah, it did, eh? So see, like, okay, you got the Star of David right in the clock. So that's Saturn. But it's also to box us in. David means to box in. So see, they're boxing us in the construct of time. So if you look at Switzerland and all that stuff, right, it's all about, they got the best watches, they've got the best timing for the bombs and shit, the Swiss Army knife. Like, so anyways, you look at it's the construct of time, which is Saturn, which is Chronos, which is the Reaper and all that shit. So anyways, you see the symbols right there. It's all pharaonic too, because it's the pyramid upwards and there's the pyramid downwards. Two triangles, right? One's going, as above, so below, right? Which a lot of people, I don't know, like there's so many different sayings behind it. I think it's more about as above, so below is when Upper Egypt and Lower Egypt allied, and then they rule over the rest of Earth. And that's why they say as above, so below, meaning that, well, if they keep together, keep allied, they're always going to be able to rule over humanity.
The only time, or one of the few times that flame went out, or when they turned it off,
Yeah.
when it went out, was during the convoy, a freedom convoy.
Okay.
And they turned off the freedom torch for it.
Oh, is that right, eh? Wow.
We all stood here around it.
They turned it off, eh?
First time in my life that I've ever seen this thing. I think once or twice it's gone out due to malfunction or